Not long ago, Rhonda started here. And then more jobs began to appear. These techs in a lab, this builder in a hard hat, the welders and electricians who do all of that. The diner staffed up because they all needed lunch. Teachers, doctors, jobs grew a bunch. What started with one job spread all around because each job in energy creates many more in this town. Energy lives here.
Welcome back. CJ Conrad puts Kentucky on the board. If you ask Mark Stoops, he says this is everything you want in a kid. Conrad, every Tuesday before practice, will go and visit the UK Children's Hospital. He says, I just wanted to do something that was bigger than myself. And when I go before football, I realize the hardships that these kids have. And then I go play football and I realize, hey, everything that I'm dealing with does not even pale in comparison to these kids. He wanted to do it because of former Cat Courtney Love, who was also big on community service and won the Werfel Trophy.
I bet that makes his parents, Mike and Lois, so proud. They come to every game. And Mike and Lois watched CJ's brother, Austin, and the Ohio Bobcats lose to the man to Conrad's right, Justin Riggs' brother, Jordan, and the Miami Redhawks. In fact, Jordan Rigg, offensive lineman for Miami of Ohio, was blocking defensive end Austin Conrad.
They went up against each other all night long, and there was plenty of discussion between the tight ends. And what a great story about CJ doing the right thing. And you just hear so many good stories in college football, and that's one of the ones you see at the top of the list.
Best friends cheering against each other on Wednesday night. Garantano pumps, throws deep, incomplete. And Mike Edwards had the best play on that ball, close to an interception, but instead, Garantano breaks the record for most attempts without an interception.
Well, Edwards doesn't take the bait. This is a double move, pump fake by Garantano, trying to get the big play over the top to Jennings. But Edwards holds his ground. Good eye discipline in that defensive secondary for the Wildcats.
He came close to that streak ending. And the man they call the Badger almost got his 10th pick of his career. Sweet to Phil's Ami, and he's out of bounds near the 25-yard line as Oates ran there with him. Third down. Tennessee's offense has become stagnant.
They have, and credit the Wildcats on defense. They've been able to be in the right places at the right time. That had potential to get to the edge, but good discipline by the corners and the defensive end, stringing that out. A lot of east-west running. So now on third down, Garantano needs to make a play to stay on the field.
Throw to Jordan, and he'll be a few yards shy of the first down. Kentucky forces another 3 and out. That's the third they've forced in the last 5 drives.
Well, it seems like Kentucky's starting to get a little bit more confidence, and it bled over to the offense on that last drive. But make no mistake, it was set the tone defensively coming out in the third quarter with these 3 and outs.
It's Bouvier back deep to field this Doyle punt. Some hops, and it dies at the 29-yard line. Coming up at 7:30 Eastern, Week 11 of the college football season rolls on with number 7 LSU squaring off against Arkansas in our SEC Saturday night matchup presented by Holiday Inn Express. You can always watch it live on the ESPN app from anywhere. I know 29-0 is humiliating against Alabama for LSU, but Coach O has done a terrific job to get this team to 7-2, just as Coach Stoops has done with the Kentucky Wildcats. They need their biggest comeback win of the year here. Wilson under heavy pressure, and
was he out of the pocket?
That's the question. Is DeAndre Johnson was all over him, and there comes the flag.
Boy, he was really close to being outside that tackle box.
On the offense, number 3. It's a spot foul. Lost it down. Second down.
The tackle box, we're going to try to draw it here, the outside, and let's see if he gets outside of that. It's really close by Terry Wilson. It looks like he's straddling that tackle box, and that's one of those calls that could go either way, and it went against the Wildcats there on first down. And the ball didn't obviously get to the line of scrimmage, but that could have went either way there.
Loss of 9. Wilson stands tall. Taven Richardson steps out at the 26-yard line. That's Richardson's 3rd catch of the game. He's had 7 of his 9 catches in the last few weeks. But it's 3rd and 12 for Kentucky near the end of the 3rd quarter.
It's exactly where Jeremy Pruitt and the Tennessee defense want Kentucky. 3rd and long, forcing Terry Wilson to make a play and be accurate throwing the football.
Gets it off just as the quarter expires. And throws a strike to Bowden for a first down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Kentucky trying to climb back in this football game, down 24-0 at one point. A touchdown on the last drive. They moved the chains here, and they'll have it at their own 40-yard line. Vols looking good on Rocky Top today.
Even the best shoppers like to get a head start. So hurry to Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's for pre-Black Friday hot buys, like Ridge Hunter camo backpacks for only $10. And save $60 on this Browning 20-megapixel game camera. Stock up for the holidays at Belk. Save on bonus buys. 60% off kids' dresswear, 50% off women's fashion apparel, or scratch and save up to 30% extra. Plus earn Belk Bucks with no brand exclusions. Get your holiday shopping started at Belk and Belk.com.
Fact is, every insurance company hopes you drive safely. But Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast and brake too hard. With feedback to help you drive safer, giving you the power to actually lower your cost. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Here's where I learned to be brave. Here's where I learned I prefer the driver's seat. Here is where I learned to push my limits. Here's where I learned to fight. And here is where I learned to fight too. Here is where my banker helps me do brave things, like go out on my own.
Synovus, the bank of here.
Sports fans are celebrating exclusive new fan gear by Fanatics. Unique, one-of-a-kind designs you won't find anywhere else. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Shop new Black Friday leaks at Belk for 3 days only. $9.99 toys. $9.99 fleece for the family. $9.99 box jewelry. Plus earn Belk Bucks with no brand exclusions. Come home for the holidays at Belk and Belk.com.
Stuck on eggs? Burnt on batter? You can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Rock Pan, the world's most durable non-stick pan known to man. No butter or oil needed. We melted down these sticky candies in Granite Rock and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil and it just doesn't stick. Plus, Granite Rock is metal utensil and dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your 10-inch Granite Rock pan for just $19.99. And Granite Rock is so durable, it comes with a lifetime replacement guarantee. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Rock single-serve egg pan absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all. An incredible value.
To order, call 1-800-533-7906. That's 1-800-533-7906. Or order online at buygraniterock.com.
Tennessee dominated the first 2.5 quarters, but Kentucky scored on the last drive. They're at the 40-yard line with a first down here, John, but they have to score points every time.
Well, they have to take advantage of their opportunities. The defense has done their part in the second half. Now with 15 minutes left, you have limited chances to score. Kentucky needs to get the football in the end zone right now.
Terry Wilson with a nice throw to Lynn Bowden to end the quarter, and Benny Snell starts the fourth with a 5-yard run. Snell with just 60 yards rushing today. He also has caught 6 balls for 25 yards. Wilson, good throw to Richardson. All of a sudden, Taven's got hot in the last couple of weeks. Only had 2 catches before the Mizzou game. Has become one of Wilson's favorite targets.
It's a good sign for Kentucky in their offense to start stacking positive plays back to back to back. And that gives you confidence as a quarterback, as a wide receiver, as an offensive lineman. Those are the positive things you need in this fourth quarter.
27 catches last year for Richardson. Snell falls forward to the 45 as Kyle Phillips makes the tackle. It'll be second down there. Kentucky has lost 16 straight in Knoxville, have not won here since 1984. And they have not defeated Tennessee in consecutive seasons since 1977. Wilson, sideline, nice catch made by Isaiah Epps. A short gain to the 41-yard line brings up third down.
Epps did a great job of closing that distance between the quarterback and the defensive back, attacking the football and really eliminating any chance that Tennessee could make a play on the football. This may be 2-down territory for Kentucky here.
Incomplete. Bouvier was thrown behind him and he was unable to adjust to the ball.
A couple times tonight, if Terry Wilson's on target and throws this football in a better spot, they're easier catches to make. That time Bouvier tries to adjust, and as Terry's going to try to attack here on fourth down, he needs to be accurate with the football. Eddie Grand trying to dial up an easy throw and catch on fourth down.
First time they've gone for it on fourth today. Tennessee trying to get timeout called. Bouvier makes the catch. First down.
Sometimes it's as simple as repeating the same play. That's the same play that Kentucky ran on third down as they try to rush and snap this football.
Quick play to Snell, and Snell with a flag down inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line as Batuli makes the tackle.
Illegal substitution on the defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Playing with urgency causes Tennessee substitution, and they get caught with an illegal substitution, but the run nullifies that. Now Kentucky inside the 20.
19-yard pickup for Snell as the Cats start going quickly. Double coverage and almost picked off. Bryce Thompson had a chance to make that catch, but collided with Darrell Taylor. Hard hit to the ground after the contact with Taylor brought him to the ground, and we'll check on Thompson when we come back.
This season marks nearly 85 years of SEC tradition. At Johnsonville, we respect heritage. We've been making premium sausage since 1945. We're heading back to SEC country to earn our fans. On every campus, at every tailgate, every big game, all the way to the championship. Get fired up for game day, made the Johnsonville way.
If you're going to be on this team, being ready won't cut it.
you got to be the readiest. Holiday Inn Express, proud sponsor of SEC Saturday Night on the SEC Network.
Is it true Academy speaks Guy?
It sure is. So what did your dad say when you asked him about Christmas?
He just said, I don't know.
Oh, easy. Camo apparel.
And my nephew is like,
Oh, classic. Sports gear. Save $10 when you spend $50.
Oh, and my husband, he was just like,
hey, Kate, what do we have for just...
Burl Tree graphic tee.
That's it.
From the store that knows gifts best, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Even your dream home has projects you can't stop dreaming about. We get it. A renovated bathroom would mean more than just new tile and a bigger tub. So we make it easy to apply on your phone for a Regions Home Equity line of credit in about 5 minutes. It pays to be fast. Apply on your phone in minutes.
You don't think it'll happen to you, and you surely don't think it'll happen twice. I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. First, it was a fire. My agent was right there and helped me rebuild. Then the tornado hit and destroyed everything again. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Dory Noka in studio. Let's update Alabama, Mississippi State. Still 21-0, but Tua Tagovailoa takes a shot to that banged-up knee. He did get up, hobbled off the field. Bama had to punt. Still 21-0. Back to you guys.
Of course, Jalen Hurts is also hurt. Bryce Thompson, with a head injury, has gone to the tent. Marquell Osborne comes in for the sensational true freshman here on a 2nd and 10, and Wilson on a design run is wrestled to the ground near the 11-yard line by Emmett Gooden. So Thompson in that tent right now, 3 interceptions on the season, almost had a 4th. Instead, it's a 3rd and 4 now for Wilson and this Kentucky offense.
I'm thinking right here in the slot. Get your man-to-man coverage. Easy throw to the right side.
Look down there several times. Looking, doesn't like what he sees and checks off of it. Incomplete. Wanted Richardson, but it's Osborne that was in there to deflect the pass.
Richardson needs to keep attacking the football and shorten the distance. He allows the DB to play through his back and make a play on the football. If he comes closer to Terry Wilson and the quarterback or the line of scrimmage, he's going to further that distance from the defender.
Chance Poor missed from 51 yards, and the true freshman now from 30 to make it a 2-touchdown deficit. And it's blocked. Picked up by the holder Yeomans, but Tennessee will take over. Micah Abernathy got a hand on it.
Tennessee has found answers on defense. And now in the 4th quarter on special teams. This looked like a low kick to start.
Darrell Taylor in there as well. And Kentucky has another possession that comes up empty.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. We've got 25 employees who depended on it, and that's all that mattered to me. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. Incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Stock up for the holidays at Belk. Save on bonus buys. 60% off kids' dresswear. 50% off women's fashion apparel. Or scratch and save up to 30% extra. Plus earn Belk Bucks with no brand exclusions. Get your holiday shopping started at Belk and Belk.com.
Megan's smile is getting a lot of attention. That's because she goes beyond brushing with Act mouthwash. Act freshens breath and strengthens enamel, protects teeth from harmful acids, and helps prevent cavities. Protect your smile every day. Go beyond brushing with ACT.
On a forbidden Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, we can't.
But Julia,
Rivals.
I can love you and still hate your overrated school.
We have two different defensive philosophies. You're a base 4-3 cover 2, and I'm an
aggressive 3-4 with press coverage. I get it, but we both love Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Ramon.
Touchdown, State!
Yes! Into your face!
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Now we're officially post-gaming with Velveeta shells and cheese.
So creamy.
So cheesy.
So good.
For Velveeta shells and cheese.
And the win.
Satisfy your post-game craving with Velveeta shells and cheese.
Shop new Black Friday leaks at Belk for 3 days only. $9.99 toys. $9.99 fleece for the family. $9.99 box jewelry. Plus earn Belk bucks with no brand exclusions. Come home for the holidays at Belk and Belk.com.
There were 3 Tennessee Volunteers around this kick. Micah Abernathy, Darrell Taylor, but Shy Tuttle with his second block of the season.
Well, he comes right up the middle, and it's hard to miss number 2 going at 6'3", 300 pounds, but this is a low kick. Credit Tuttle by being able to use that strength and size to get through the line of scrimmage, but that trajectory of the kick really made it easy for him.
Blocked an extra point against the Gamecocks a few weeks ago. And he keeps it at a 17-point game. Wood Anderson, and he's marked out of bounds after a 9-yard pickup.
Nice call by offensive coordinator Ty Helton. You know, that's an extension of the running game. Just a little play action, short side of the field, easy throw for quarterback Jared Garantano. What they want to do now is possess the football, get some first downs, get that clock running. That's also on the Tennessee side right now.
With 197 yards passing and 2 touchdowns today. Traditional look here as Jordan hits the hole hard, and he's past the 35-yard line. First down, Tennessee. How about the offensive line that Tennessee has showcased today?
Much maligned throughout the entire season. We talked to head coach Jeremy Pruitt yesterday, said they had a pretty good week of practice, but they've been not only creating creases, there's been some big holes for running backs Chandler and Jordan to run through.
He had 20 rushing yards. Now that includes sacks. Their running backs had 64 yards total, but
they were beat up front last week, and they're doing a much better job against a really good defense.
Jordan is thrown down by Calvin Taylor. Kentucky coming into the game 7-2, ranked 11th in the country after the loss to Georgia last week. Favored to win this game. Have Middle Tennessee next week, and their arch rival Louisville, who's 2-7, make it 2-8 after the loss to Syracuse last night. So 10 wins looked realistic.
Legitimate, yes,
coming into this game, but
now they have to,
now.
They have to tackle the football. They have to find a way to get it back on defense.
Another nice run past the 45, but a fumble is Ty Chandler at the very end, had the ball stripped out, and that's a Kentucky turnover.
That's how you do it. You tackle the football. You have to be able to get a turnover defensively if your offense is struggling, and that's a really good job of ripping it out.
It's Chris Oates who's credited with the forced fumble and the recovery.
Let's take another look to see if Chandler was down. That ball's coming out. I don't think he's down. That's a fumble, and it's going to be Kentucky football. We talked about trying to create some urgency on defense, trying to get your hands on the football. And that's the only way right now with 10:04 left to go that Kentucky can shorten the field, get their offense back on. First turnover of the game forced by the Wildcats on defense.
The previous play is under further review.
Chris Oates, the true freshman from Cincinnati, had to start the Texas A&M game after Cash Daniel was forced to miss it due to a targeting penalty the week before. And Oates has played a bunch today, given Daniel's rib injury.
That's right. And I think that's a terrific play by a young player to have the awareness as a freshman to tackle the football, get his hands on the football, and rip it out. That's just good, aggressive defense. Again, he comes from that linebacker position, gets a right hand on the football, and watch the rip when with that right hand. That ball's out before, I think, the backside of Chandler touches the ground.
That look there looked rather conclusive. See if George Raniger agrees. Today's replay official. Of course, they're also reviewing this back in Birmingham at the league office. Kentucky shut out in the first half, trailing 17-0. It was a 3-zip game near the 2-minute mark.
The ruling on the field stands. It's a fumble recovered by Kentucky.
Tennessee gave up 2 late second quarter touchdowns, or Kentucky did rather. Tennessee scored another in the third, but Kentucky's got a chance to get back into this. Now they've crossed the 50 4 times today without scoring.
You're right. They need to finish, and that's been a problem in the red zone if they get down inside the 20 all season. But this is a drive now with a little momentum. They need to finish this one with a touchdown.
Wilson catch near the 32-yard line. It's Bowden, 17 yards for the sophomore.
Kentucky has a lineman down, it looks like.
It's George Asafo Adjei. Big George, a great teammate that teammates rave about. Speaks 2 languages, English and Ghanaian. Westchester, Ohio. Grew up with Benny Snell and has been protecting him throughout his collegiate career.
And you hope he's okay. That's one of those guys you need up front, especially with 9:55 left to go in the game.
Big George will be helped over to the sideline. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Kentucky near the Tennessee 31.
That was a nice play by Terry Wilson, the Wildcat quarterback. He kind of recoiled, found a receiver down the field, was able to stay in the pocket and be patient with his eyes.
Nasir Watkins comes in to play right tackle, with Snell about 5 yards behind him. Wilson, incomplete. Second down after the incompletion to Epps with 9:41 left.
Terrific coverage down the field by Tennessee. They did a nice job of being able to get their hands on the football. That's the 8th time today they've been able to do that. And it's been pressure in the pocket sometimes, but good coverage in the back end.
There's Wagner, Ahmad Wagner at the bottom of your screen. Flag was picked up last time, but one is thrown every time they look for him. Wilson looking the other direction, can't get the ball off. And down he goes, and it's a fumble recovered by Tennessee.
We've mentioned Taylor a bunch from that linebacker position. He's able to beat the tackle on the outside, Watkins, who came in due to the injury, and that's a great job by Tennessee's defense, turning back the Wildcats in their offense late in the 4th quarter.
7th-ranked LSU, Arkansas, tonight at 7:30 on the SEC Network.
It's not what champions do, it's what champions don't do. They don't back down, they don't settle, and they don't quit. Except for Cable. Cable. Yeah, you quit Cable. Because we are Cougars, and we don't quit. Unless what? Unless it's Cable!
Quit cable and switch to DirecTV and get the most live sports in 4K. More for your thing. That's our thing. 1-800-DirecTV.
Wondering how Mommy and Daddy keep it fresh? We're slingers.
You heard that right, boss. We sling.
Hey, kids. Want to sling with us?
The freedom is exhilarating.
Woo!
Nick, Megan, hey, we talked about this, right? I remember. Okay, thank you. Folks, we've got a big couch that will fit all 4 of us.
We could beanbag it if that's more your jazz.
Sorry, guys.
Sling TV is the live TV you love with no long-term contracts. Only $25 a month. Watch 7 days free at slingtv.com.
I've made many discoveries in my life, but you don't have to be an Einstein to know it's more important than ever to keep dreaming.
Keep your dreams alive. Start with a good night's sleep. Unisom sleep tabs help you fall asleep 33.
Sticky pans! Introducing the Granite Rock Pan, the world's most durable non-stick pan known to man. No butter or oil needed. We melted down these sticky candies in Granite Rock and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil and it just doesn't stick. Plus, Granite Rock is metal utensil and dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your 10-inch Granite Rock pan for just $19.99. And Granite Rock is so durable, it comes with a lifetime replacement guarantee. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Rock single-serve egg pan absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all. An incredible value.
To order, call 1-800-533-7906. That's 1-800-533-7906. Or order online at buygraniterock.com.
Hard to imagine Darrell Taylor matching his. Just about done it. Look at those numbers.
He's had a great afternoon and now into the evening. And Tennessee answers a turnover with a turnover of their own. Their defense goes back out, gets the sack, forces the fumble, and gets their offense back on the field with 9:33. And now they want to milk the clock. They want to win that battle up front and run the football.
Bohanna in the backfield just about. But it's Jordan running past him up near the 40-yard line. It'll be second down from there. John, Kentucky's had their chances. They've crossed midfield 5 times today without scoring. They've had a couple of missed field goals. They turn it over on this last possession.
They haven't been able to finish, Taylor. You know, it's been a little bit of an issue all season when they got in the red zone, but now head coach Mark Stoops needs to find a way to create points. Now they're chasing Tennessee and the clock, most importantly, as it goes to 9 minutes.
Talked about their opportunity to win 10 games in the regular season, which is fading fast here in Knoxville. Jordan has got no place to go, and he's tackled at the 40 as Allen is the last man to him. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, if they can put the finishing touches on this one and either beat Missouri or Vanderbilt in their 2 remaining games, getting to a bowl game would be an impressive accomplishment for Jeremy Pruitt, given all the roster turnover.
If they play the way they played today, they have a very good chance of doing that. This is a different attitude. We talked to Coach Pruitt yesterday, and he talked about instilling that attitude, being aggressive, trying to get these guys to play at a different level. And we talked to the players. They had a very good week of practice, so I'm not so surprised at the way they've come out and executed today.
Jordan, first down run into Kentucky territory. He's still not down, as it's Johnson that finishes him off at the 38-yard line.
You don't teach this jump cut. You either have it or you don't. And it looks like Tim Jordan has it. He's got power, and he's relentless when he's going north and south. Just beautiful vision, Good running, tough running, and the way the finish. That's stuff you don't teach in the backfield, making a guy miss.
7th time today they've had a play of 20-plus yards, as that one went for 22. Audrey London, he fumbled the ball. Kentucky's got it again.
And that's something that can't happen if you're London and coming into the game spelling Jordan for one play. He's in the open field, and I think he's trying to change the football from, well, it looks like he bumped into his own lineman, Ryan Johnson. He may have hit the hip of Johnson with his right arm, and that caused the ball to come loose.
Graduate player, the transfer from Michigan State.
Bohanna looked like he forced it. And Taylor jumps on the football for the Wildcats. Boy, you're trying to run the clock out. You're having success. That's the last thing that head coach Jeremy Pruitt wanted to see.
Wilson, deep ball. Incomplete, looking for Zaire Hughes, who was double covered.
Buchanan running stride for stride inside the 20-yard line. That was good coverage. Tennessee defense, I've been impressed. They've done a really good job up front harassing Terry Wilson, shutting down Snell in the running game.
Balin Buchanan gets text from his dad, Ray.
You think he gets coached up?
I think he's going to have a text from Ray coming on the great coverage he showcased on that play. Underneath throw to Conrad. He's got plenty of room to run in front. First down in Tennessee territory at the 45-yard line. It's a 20-yard pickup.
One of those chunk yardage plays that Tennessee desperately needed with 6:48 and counting left to go in this game. Conrad, only 2 receptions, a big one for a touchdown, but Tennessee now driving on the Tennessee side of the 50-yard line.
Wilson sacked by Tuttle. Flag does come in here. Would be the 2nd sack for the senior from Midway, North Carolina.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 2. From the previous spot, 15 yards, automatic first down.
Boy, you really like the effort, but you hate the execution at the end. Number 2 in orange does everything right to get to the quarterback. When he reaches out for the quarterback, he gets a handful of face mask with that right hand. He tried to get off of the face mask, but Tuttle did everything right but finish. He gets caught for the penalty.
It's a play that yields a 15-yard personal foul penalty from where the last play was snapped, but really it's about a 25-yard positive play for Kentucky, negating that sack. Wilson gives it all back there, though, as Darrell Taylor and DeAndre Johnson are there. Darrell Taylor with his 4th sack of the day.
Have an afternoon and evening, Darrell Taylor. He's been relentless, and nobody blocks him on the outside. If you don't account for Taylor wearing 19 today, you're going to ask for trouble if you're the Wildcats on offense.
Now they'll mark it back at the 43. On a 2nd and 23. Wilson will take off. And he's all the way down to the 24, so it'll be 3rd and manageable after a 19-yard run for Wilson, who comes up hobbling.
After a huge loss on 2nd down, Wilson gets his team right back in position with a 3rd and very manageable. inside the 25.
Kentucky needs 3 scores in 5 minutes.
The out route up top is there.
Holds on to it too long, and it's intercepted. Marquill Osborne. Kentucky comes up empty again.
The need to finish on offense for Kentucky just hasn't been there on offense. You're in a position to make a play, you got momentum, you throw behind, and Tennessee, this defense, give them all the credit in the world for turning this game around.
Not sure you have the right credit card? Know which one to get? Turn to the nerds. Hey there, aloha. Need a card with great travel rewards? Turn to the nerds. Yowza, that sounded expensive. Time for a credit card with a lower interest rate? Turn to the nerds. Can we crack a window or something? The experts at NerdWallet make it easy to make smart money moves. Compare and find the best credit cards for you at nerdwallet.com.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
The original idea for this commercial was to show you how these Warby Parker glasses were made. But we got held up on this beautiful shot of them getting hand polished. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, and no wandering a car lot. This is your rental counter. And this is you, already on the road. With Turo, this is compact, standard, and full size. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
Did you know half of all guys will experience erectile dysfunction? That's right, half of you. But only 25% get treated, which means the rest of you may want to pay attention. With Roman, you can get ED meds prescribed online, delivered right to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and you'll get FDA-approved medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get your first month free at GetRoman.com/TV.
Hi, I'm Specialist Tyson Hospital, currently deployed in Kosovo. I just want to give a big shout out to my friends and family back home. Go Vols!
That's awesome. We appreciate your service, my friend, on this salute to service in what has been a joyous Saturday on Rocky Top for Tennessee Vols fans. Jordan off to the races again, up near the 35-yard line for 9 more.
What do you think the chances on offense that Tim Jordan's going to hold on to the football here with 4:35 left to go?
I would think that
Two
Chandler
hands
and Jordan would have all of their hands all over the football after you've seen a couple of fumbles.
It's not about the yards now. It's about protecting the football and getting that clock to wind.
Exactly that. As Kentucky 7 days ago was 7-1, ranked in the top 10 in the country. They are 4 minutes away from being 7-3 and losing their 17th straight game here in Knoxville.
And credit Tennessee, the way they came out and played today. You know, I wasn't quite sure what to expect after talking to both staffs yesterday, and especially with Tennessee, you felt like they may have been undermanned a little bit on the offensive line. They played very well. They protected their quarterback. They did a great job in the running game, but I think it's the attitude. What Jeremy Pruitt is trying to instill in these guys, they're only going to get better. This is a good starting point for Tennessee.
There's been a lot of comments made about talent and how much does Tennessee currently have. But attitude, effort, that's something that Jeremy Pruitt has not questioned here in Knoxville. And he said earlier this week on that call-in show, Vol Calls, someone called in and asked him, how are you recruiting against the likes of Alabama, against the top-tier programs? He said, wait a minute, we're a top-tier program. We're just not a top-tier team right now, but we are a top-tier program. And their recruiting class would speak to that. They have a top 20 class at the moment, projected for 2019. Jordan again to the ground, Chris.
Yeah, one of the things that Pruitt has liked about the support of Philip Fulmer is that he's explained to people, listen, when Fulmer took over this program, they were here and he brought him here. He said, that's not where we're starting out. Fulmer trying to tell their fans, hey, we're starting all the way down here. So it will take a while if you want to get back to where this stadium would like to be and then celebrate a 1998 championship.
And that's exactly right. I know that Pruitt, as you said, appreciated that Fulmer understands this is a tougher road to hoe today than when Fulmer was taking over the program as the head coach in the early 90s. I'm just glad we got Chris's boots on TV. We've been waiting all season for that. Let's take a look at the recruiting class. The entire Southeastern Conference is crazy.
What's going on here?
You got 11 schools in the top 20, but Tennessee is 16th nationally. That's pretty meaningful given that you're selling a bunch of promise, and that means that a bunch of recruits are buying into this coaching staff.
You know, what Coach Pruitt said to us yesterday, he says, we're competing with Alabama and Georgia and LSU and Auburn on kids because I came here and I wanted to improve a couple things. Phil Fulmer said, what do you need? And I said, I need this, this, and this. A couple months later, he got this, this, and this. The practice field was expanded. The weight room was redone. Everything, every bell and whistle you would need for a recruit to come in and nod his head and say yes is here at Tennessee. Now you got to take that and turn it into wins on the field.
Senior Day next Saturday against the Missouri Tigers. And they go over to Nashville and play the Vanderbilt Commodores, but you can bet there'll be plenty of orange in Vanderbilt Stadium 2 weeks from today. Doyle to punt again. This one off the side of his foot with 1:53 to go in the game. Darrell Taylor, 3 sacks against Georgia a few weeks ago, make it 4 today.
He's been a machine. He's been relentless, tough to pick up. He's been crafty when he's been trying to close down on quarterback Terry Wilson, and he's made it life difficult as an offensive lineman, and especially quarterback Terry Wilson with the 4 sacks. I just think those types of players and plays get contagious, and other guys want to make them because we saw Shy Tuttle in on a bunch of plays. We've seen good coverage by Buchanan before he went out by Bryce Thompson.
It's Gunnar Hope is going to finish up the game here. And Bouvier catches it past the 32-yard line. Gunnar is now playing in his 4th game through a 24-yard touchdown pass to Bouvier against Central Michigan, and battled with Wilson for the starting job at the beginning of the year. Played a little bit against Mizzou a few weeks ago. They'll just throw it away here, 3rd down.
I would say now for Kentucky, after losing in one of the biggest games they've ever played in their history at home against Georgia, they come on the road in a disappointing performance today at Tennessee. They have to find a way, and their head coach, Mark Stoops, who's had a terrific year. Now, be quite honest, this is a team that is overachieving. They feel like they have good players. They feel like they can compete, but now they have to find a way to get that confidence back and win.
They're better than Middle Tennessee. They're better than Louisville.
Yes.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win those games. You have to come out and play a complete performance. As Bowden does make that catch for a 1st down. Well, a 10-win regular season isn't going to happen. 9 9-3 finish would be nice, but this has just been ugly today, as that's another interception by Osborne, and then he laterals it back.
I guarantee there's going to be a coaching point when the defenders get on the sidelines or close to the sidelines by head coach Jeremy Pruitt.
He never stops coaching.
Game's won, son. Just take the interception and fall down. Something like that.
He is getting into Osborne after his second pick, saying there's no reason to lateral that football, but the junior from Cornelius, North Carolina, just north of Charlotte at the lake, he's had a big game today, but this is good to see.
Well, he's not coaching for today. He's coaching for the future. You know, in a tight game somewhere down the line where you have a junior corner and he's got another chance next year, you can't make that play.
How about Ty Helton yesterday saying he's never seen a coach like Pruitt coach every player, every position, every day in practice, and then on game day too.
That's how you build discipline, and you kind of from the ground up. You don't leave any play that is questionable. You need to get your influence and your handprint on this football team, and that's exactly what Jeremy Pruitt is doing late in this football game.
One more kneel down for Garantano, and the Vols put this one to bed. Tennessee with their first win versus a ranked opponent in the month of November since 2003. They haven't had a lot of opportunities, but they get it done with a dominant performance over the 11th ranked Kentucky Wildcats.
And they did it up front.
Let's go down to the field and Chris Button.
Coach, you knock off number 11 Kentucky in almost all phases of the game. How'd you do it?
Well, we were able to run the ball, and we stopped them from running the ball. So didn't give up many explosive plays, and we made a few. Scored some touchdowns in the red area. You know, the last play before the half was huge, you know. But we didn't finish the game the right way. We turned the ball over twice, then make a boneheaded decision after an interception. So there's lots of things we can work on.
I know you can find some positives of the way your defense, though, played today, especially Taylor. What did you think of them?
Well, we got them in long yardages because we didn't let them run the ball, and so we were able to amp up the pass rush, and Darryl done a good job getting pressure.
I know you're new to this rivalry, but this is 17 straight times in this stadium that you have beaten Kentucky. What have your players taught you about what this rivalry means?
You know, we've really been focused on what we can control, which is Tennessee. So, and I think our guys done a good job of that this week.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. He's got almost no voice left because he has been coaching his team all the livelong day. 24-7, the Vols enjoy a conference win here on Rocky Top. For John Conjimmy and Chris Button, I'm Taylor Zarzer. SEC Now is next.
All right, one more game on our docket coming your way, and that's LSU as they visit Fayetteville. Ed Ogeron and company trying to avoid being Chad Morris's first SEC victim. Here with Chris Doring and Gene Chizik, Arkansas, LSU. What are you looking forward to, gentlemen?
I'm looking forward to seeing how focused LSU comes out. We talked about Kentucky coming out after a big loss last week. They struggled today against Tennessee. How does LSU handle that disappointment of not having a chance to get to Atlanta, Coach? I think they handle it a lot better than what Kentucky did.
Well, I'm looking forward to see where is Arkansas's offense. Remember when they played Alabama a few weeks ago? They did a lot of things that confused them and got them kind of discombobulated. Yeah. Hey, and they scored points and yards. So how is LSU's defense going to respond to that, too? Because you know Chad Morris will dial up some
off of a bye week,
coming
too.
off a bye week, we'll have some exotic things for them to adjust to.
Yeah, these games are, I know the last couple have not been necessarily close. LSU's kind of taken those, manhandling Arkansas a little bit. Over the history, though, they've been close battles. That boot means something there, and Arkansas would love to grab that thing back. Meanwhile, what we just saw, Tennessee, guys, they're a win from a bowl game. They're a win away. They got Missouri next week at home. Then they go to Vanderbilt. One win in their bowling. I don't know how many people thought that was going to happen in year one. What's the takeaway from
today,
what Jeremy Pruitt's team did here?
Well, in general, Coach, it's what we've talked about all year long, the fight that they have in them, the way that they play hard every single snap. But I was most impressed with that defense. The defense completely shut down the run game of Kentucky, and they're so limited in what they're able to do. Kentucky is throwing the football that when they're in those third and long situations, they average third and 7.9 yards on third down today. That's difficult for them to convert. And as Coach Pruitt said, they can pin their ears back and get after the quarterback.
The defense, the physicality of the defense stood out to me. At times, I said it earlier, it looked like they were playing with 12 guys. They were all over the place. They were all in the right spots with the physicality. And guys stepping up to the plate. Darrell Taylor, somebody that, a lot of people probably haven't heard of. 4 sacks today. Shai Tuttle shows up today big. Blocks a field goal. Daniel Patulli all over the field today. But this Kentucky team is built on physicality, and they got out physical today on both sides
2 weeks
of the
in a
line
row.
of scrimmage. Yes.
2 weeks in a row they got out physical.
And props to you, by the way. In your favorite segment of any Friday show, Bold Predictions,
yes,
which I know you like.
Yes.
He did say last night Tennessee would hold Kentucky under 100 yards. Rushing. Definitely bold. 77 was the number.
Nice.
I did bail out on picking Tennessee. I was close to doing it, didn't pull the trigger. So you give me a little praise, I'm going to say that I was a little scared about the other one.
You're a little soft on the other one.
That's
all right. Sometimes you're transparent. That's good.
Bold meter can make you uncomfortable. And but you got that one
I
right.
did. Yeah, I got one right.
All right. How about a game coming up 10 minutes from now over on ESPN? Auburn at Georgia. And there's a lot of people. You think they've got a shot. Gene Chizik, are you familiar with that guy we're showing right here? And does he mean anything to you? Did he ever have anything to do with you?
Yeah.
Both of those guys.
Looks familiar, doesn't he?
Somewhat, I guess.
Yeah, both those guys.
Yeah, both those guys, huh?
Got us a lot of bling.
Yeah.
That's what he got us.
You aren't kidding.
Big rings.
Big rings.
The only ring that counts.
You should get a ring as a head coach if you have a
I might wear it on the
show.
I might wear it on the show one day.
Would you please wear the title?
Championship Saturday? How about that?
I love it.
I wear all my championship rings.
But Championship
I got
Saturday,
more than one.
we're not in the same studio together.
No, but
you got to wear it next week.
We'll be in Atlanta together.
That's true. All right, I want to see it. Jake Fromm and company, don't slip, right? Win out, you're in the playoff. All is well. I realize that includes beating Alabama in the SEC title game, but don't slip against Georgia. And this guy is right now.
He has, in the last 2 weeks, shown what we thought he would be all year long. Because why? Because he's healthy. And I'm going to tell you another reason why. Because the offensive line is enormous, and they're playing great. They're getting hats on hats. They're getting in people's way. And that guy is making guys miss.
Well, it was nice to see Ryan Davis and the rest of this wide receiving core kind of step up late in that football game to pull out the victory against Texas A&M. And I think this is a bigger picture thing for Auburn. They realize the strength of their offense is their wide receiver position. They're not going to try to bang their head against a wall running the football when their offensive line's not very good at moving people, and they haven't had anybody that can really fill the shoes of Kerryon Johnson. So what do? They use Jarrett Stidham and those wide receivers in the quick passing game. It's almost like a long handoff outside, Coach. You get the ball to the receivers in space, and they're able to make plays after the catch.
You alluded to last week. I think the last 2 drives in the last 7 minutes and 14 seconds of the A&M game was huge for the confidence of the offense, because let's be honest, before that they were sputtering. There was not a lot of connections, not a lot of chemistry. But those 2 drives for 14 points and the big win against A&M at home was huge for the confidence of Stidham and that football team.
2 head coaches here who have each
and he's built a program that's there to compete in the Big Ten. I mean, that's how this team is built with their style of play.
Going to go Wildcat here. Riley Lees to take the snap. Second time today they've done this. And nowhere to go. He gets pummeled by Epinesa, and it's 3rd and long.
The reason why you go to Wildcat is you basically force the defense to have to put a couple additional defenders to stop the run as we see Iowa call a timeout.
First one used by Iowa back in 30 seconds.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Roman. So it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online, delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and you'll get FDA-approved medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get your first month free at GetRoman.com/TV.
Take a look at the road ahead, sponsored by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And with Wisconsin and Purdue both losing today, Northwestern needs to either win today or one of those final two at Minnesota, at home against Illinois, to wrap up their first West Division title.
And no gimmies, especially the style of football that Northwestern plays, having to go on the road versus Minnesota. And looking at the way they beat down on Purdue in state battle against Illinois, but it seems more likely than not if they could win today. It doesn't really matter. The clinch there, it's just more about building momentum going into the Big Ten championship.
They're down on 11 here. Big difference in this game from the first half to the second half has been how good Northwestern has been on third down. They were 0 for 6 in the first, 7 for 11 on third down since halftime. They play it safe and give Bowser room. He gets 8, 4th and short. 4th and about 3. Do you put any thought into going for it here? Pat Fitzgerald does.
Yeah, I mean, he's always looking to go for it anytime it's 4th down. I mean, it would ultimately almost seal the game when you think about Iowa having to use their next 2 timeouts. And he's given it a lot of thought. And why not? Because you've got 3 timeouts and you can work the clock down to almost 0 and call a timeout and contemplate what you want to do. And I think the way your defense has played, I wouldn't, because I don't know that the stats would be in your favor. They're less than a flip of a coin of